The first reviews are in.
First taste of Meghan's jam. Wow, this is the perfect sour jam. It's not too sweet. I don't like my jams too sweet.
Okay, buckle up, besties, because what I'm about to spill is so juicy it could fill a jar. And spoiler alert, it's not Meghan's. So picture this. Meghan Markle, yes, that Meghan, Duchess of Rebrands and Interviews, is poised for her glorious comeback. And how does she do it? Not with a book, not with a Netflix doc. Oh no, she launches a jam. I kid you not, this wasn't just any jam, babes. This was a glossy, gold-foiled, blush-toned Montecito brand raspberry fantasy in a jar. It whispered clean eating, wellness, and I shop at Erewhon vibes. The branding, immaculate. The intention, pure Gwyneth Paltrow with a crown in the back closet. This jam was her new era, her moment, until...
You'd be ashamed.
I'm not ashamed of the 4.6 Google rating I have.
That's...
Go read them.
Go read 4.6.
Nothing but 5 stars.
4.6.
No one else in the area's got a higher score than us.
Enter Gordon. Freaking Ramsay. So here's how it went down. One of those super bougie LA restaurants, you know, where water is infused with elderflower and the staff dressed like linen monks. Meghan's team had sneakily arranged a little soft launch of the jam there. Nothing flashy, just some dainty scones, some gentle press leaks, influencer whispers. Let the jam speak for itself, classic. And then, boom, Gordon Ramsay walks in. Yes, the culinary executioner himself. He orders scones. They bring him the jam. Everyone holds their breath. He takes one bite and y'all, it was carnage. Witnesses say he looked like he just bit into betrayal. He grimaced. He pushed the plate away like it had insulted his mother. He didn't just dislike it, he exalted it from his mouth like it had insulted his mother. He didn't just dislike it, he exalted it from his mouth. Then he dropped the bomb. This isn't food, it's a crime against fruit, unfit for a dog's breakfast.
You know, there was a bit of a worry of the Sussexes coming back, but because we only saw them once and they were obviously at a very different part of sort of like the walk through at St. Paul's, that I don't think there was too much coverage, so nothing really to worry about.
Bit of a mixed reception, though, for the Sussexes.
Dead. Absolute death by Raspberry. The place went silent, like piano player stops mid-note silent, and then chaos. Someone leaked a grainy clip, Ramsay's voice crystal clear. In under an hour, it was everywhere. Crime against fruit was trending. Meghan's PR team spiraling. Picture people slamming laptop shut, pacing barefoot, whispering damage control like it's a prayer. Like, tried to scrub it. Called the restaurant, begged them to pull the jam, told them not to talk to press. But sweetie, the internet already smelled blood. The jam wasn't trending anymore, it was toast. And here's the sad twist. This jam wasn't just jam for Meghan. It was her fresh start, her meaningful pivot. She'd gone on about how she spent days designing the label, honoring small batch luxury and romanticizing the art of slow living. Said it sold out in 45 minutes. Said it'd say there were only 60 jars, and most went to stylists and friends. Ugh, but Ramsay, he wasn't buying the fantasy. Sources say he called it slimy, fake sweet, pretentious nonsense in a jar. And let's be real, he didn't just come for the taste. He came for the whole illusion, the celebrity fluff behind it, the idea that a pretty face and a curated label can hide mediocrity. And in one bite, he exposed it all. People stopped eating it, literally. One diner asked for a replacement jam. Another whispered, I knew something was off, but didn't want to say it until he did. When Gordon speaks, the people listen. And just like that, Meghan's jam became the symbol for her entire brand unraveling. Not again. Retailers who were planning to stock the As Ever line, gone. One exec bluntly said, if Ramsay doesn't approve, it's toxic. One tweet said it best, if branding could talk, it would apologize. Even Thomas Keller allegedly chimed in, off the record of course, saying, if she calls that artisanal, then ketchup is haute cuisine. Another reviewer joked it had the texture of regret. Ouch. And don't even get me started on the memes. Meghan holding her jam like it's sacred, only for Ramsay's face to be edited screaming it's wrong. Iconic. One viral tweet said, Meghan tried to goop, and Ramsay said no. And where's Meghan during all this? Silent. Zero Instagram, no soft-lit kitchen shots, not even a Notes app apology. Silence, which we all know in celeb-teak means panic behind the scenes. Insiders spilled that it wasn't even made in small batches. It was outsourced and rebranded.
I know they have, and I know that they're kind of making their living over, talking about the royal family. But I do feel sorry for him because I think that there must be a huge part of him.
Said she focused so hard on the label, she didn't even taste the final product. I mean, girl. Really? And that's the crux of it, right? This isn't just about jam anymore. This is about what it represents. Gloss over grit, hype over substance. Meghan promised authenticity, handmade luxury, domestic goddess vibes. And what did we get? Factory fruit goo with a pink bow. Ramsay didn't just crush her jam, he crushed the illusion. The podcast, gone. The animated show, canceled. Lifestyle blog, still missing. This was supposed to be her rebirth. Instead, a public wreck in a jar. Other diners started whispering, I always thought she was more brand than real.
A taste of entitlement, greed, avarice and deception. Well,
and now, the mask slipped. The brand crumbled. Okay, fast forward 48 hours. Ramsay gets mobbed by reporters outside that same LA hotspot. Do you think he walked back his comments? H. This is Gordon Ramsay, babes, not a PR robot. He deballed down. His words? I've tasted airplane meals with more flavor. Honestly, I thought it was a prank. I screamed. Then he added, food isn't about selling fantasies, it's about taste. You can't just slap organic on a label and expect people to believe it's good. That's not cooking, that's marketing. Dead, laid to rest. Honestly, he ended her with that line alone. Behind the scenes, Meghan's team was in full DEFCON 1 meltdown mode.
Someone helping her, I understand this is the best that they could have done because I believe Meghan believes she is the one and only incredible, most intelligent woman on the planet, and since she did the TIG, she thinks she knows it all. But this
Sources say 3 emergency meetings happened in 48 hours. First was pure damage control. Second tried and failed to stop the clip from spreading. Third, whether to kill the entire brand before it dragged Meghan's reputation into irreparable territory. And here's the kicker. Meghan's still clinging to the dream. One insider said she's furious. Not sad, not reflective, furious. She allegedly thinks this is all some conspiracy to take her down. That old chestnut. But the problem? Everyone is talking. Hollywood's backing away. Influencers who were supposed to post about the jam are ghosting. A major tasting event in NYC postponed indefinitely. Translation, this product is radioactive. Critics have joined the roast-a-thon. One reviewer said it tasted like a Hallmark movie, sweet, fake, and forgettable. Another said it had the texture of regret. My jaw on the floor. And the packaging, oh girl, let's talk about it. Meghan, apparently obsessed for weeks over the pastel tone, went back and forth with designers until she got her perfect soft blush hue, but now people are dragging it as style over substance. One British food writer said it best. Meghan's jam is like her image, expensively wrapped, meticulously curated, but once you open it, there's not much inside. Savage, but not wrong. Now, let's spill the real tea. Money. Leaked documents, thank you. Whistleblowers revealed that each jar of this raspberry chaos cost over $100.
I think it needs to be modernized, revamped, and the menu.
0 cents to produce. And that's before marketing, packaging, shipping, and tissue paper wrapping that Meghan personally approved. By the time it hit the shelves, $35, 0 cents a jar for jam. Raspberry jam. And now, most of those jars are being returned. At least 3 boutique stores in LA said, nope, we're out. One manager even told a reporter, our customers expect premium, not PR disasters in a jar. Behind the scenes, Meghan is reportedly crushed, but can't admit it. Palace-adjacent insiders, yes, they're still watching, said Meghan totally underestimated what it takes to build a real food brand. One even quipped she thought her name alone would sell it. Then Ramsay happened. And then it gets worse. Let's get philosophical for a sec. Meghan's whole brand, built on mystique, from the Oprah sit-down to the Vogue spreads to the Spotify sob stories. She's carefully crafted this air of poise, of untouchable elegance. But Ramsay cracked that image open like an overcooked creme brulee. The irony? Meghan mocked the royals for for clinging to outdated traditions. But now she's furious that someone didn't play along with her curated fantasy. She wanted to control the narrative. Instead, she became the punchline. UK tabloids had a field day. Headlines like, from Duchess to disaster, and as ever, more like never again. You couldn't write this kind of PR nightmare if you tried. And no, this isn't over. Now people are speculating Meghan will pivot again, maybe into fashion or a new documentary series. But the bar is higher now, babes, because now the public knows not everything she touches turns to gold. Sometimes it turns to jelly, and not the good kind. And yes, let's talk about Harry. Sources close to the couple say this jam debacle has sparked serious tension at home. Apparently, Harry warned Meghan to do more testing before the launch. She didn't listen. And now he's been dragged into another global meme storm while she watches her luxury lifestyle brand drown in elderflower-scented syrup. It's a mess, and it's not stopping. Because here's the truth. This jam was never just a condiment. It was a metaphor for Meghan's constant reinvention, her obsession with image, her refusal to hear criticism, and Gordon Ramsay, he saw right through it in 5 words flat. When Meghan's team realized this wasn't going away, they tried a new angle, a narrative shift. Leaks started popping up in friendly outlets, claiming this wasn't about taste. Oh no, this was all part of a coordinated smear campaign against a biracial woman entering a traditionally white male-dominated industry. Yeah, that's what they went with. Except the man who dragged the jam was Gordon freaking Ramsay, a man who will obliterate anyone who serves bad food. He has destroyed 5-star chefs, TV celebrities, Michelin hopefuls, home cooks, white, black, male, female, you name it, he doesn't care who you are. If it's bad, you're done. So no, this wasn't about racism or misogyny. This was about a $35 0-cent jar of cherry syrup flavored sadness masquerading as artisanal jam. Even Meghan's feminist defenders started stepping back. One influencer tweeted, "I love Meghan's journey, but this jam isn't it. You can't charge gourmet prices for sugar paste and expect praise just because of who you are."
So we have the as ever raspberry spread.
That's really fucking good jam.
And just like that, Meghan was boxed in, jam pulled, retailers gone, press savage. Her last card? Sympathy. But it's not landing. Because this isn't a palace scandal, it's a product, and people can taste it for themselves. And the verdict? It's worse than Ramsay said. One TikToker did a live taste test and literally said, "This tastes like a scented candle melted into a jelly jar." That clip? Over 5 million views. Top comments included, "Not Meghan giving us Yankee Candle in jam form. She'd better stick to writing letters to Congress." And then came the final insult. Refunds. Yes, within a week of the Ramsay roast, Meghan's website was flooded with refund requests, not just from customers, boutique retailers too. And one vendor filed a formal complaint claiming product misrepresentation. Meghan's team tried everything. Rebrand talks, a possible recipe tweak. There was even discussion of releasing a Gordon Ramsay redemption jar as a tongue-in-cheek comeback. But Meghan said no. She was livid, not at Ramsay, not at the jam, at everyone else, at the public, at her own team for not warning her this could happen. She thought the jam was bulletproof, one staffer said. She thought no one would dare criticize something with her name on it. And babes, that's the problem. Now, Meghan's vanished. No Instagram, no blog, no cozy kitchen pics, just silence. And behind the scenes, chaos. Investors gone, collaborators ghosting. The entire as ever line might never see the light of day. Because if a $35 0-cent jam caused this mess, imagine her launching skincare. The saddest twist, she once called the kitchen her happy place, but that passion just handed her the biggest flop of her career. Meanwhile, Ramsay's thriving. Memes, late night jokes, fans begging for Hell's Jam. His comeback, I'd call it as never, savage. Bottom line, Meghan's brand isn't untouchable anymore. That jam shattered the shine. Now, every launch faces one question. Is it just pretty packaging? Because here's the truth. You can fake the look, you can't fake the flavor. The jam? Toast. The brand bruised and Meghan served by a scone with a side of Ramsay.